IVM.
Welcome to Say No to Drama, and this one's going to be a slightly different episode. I'm usually talking about all the things that you should not be doing, that you need to stop doing immediately, and also throwing up those red flags, things that should make you run. Hi, I'm Chetna, your favorite positive action coach, and this is Say No to Drama. In today's episode, however, I'm going to be talking about green flags. Green flags at work. Signs that you should take into consideration before putting in your resignation or crying about how things are not good enough at your workplace. The first green flag is that you actually like your profile. No, I don't mean that you love your job and every single aspect of it. Please remember that even when you love something or somebody, you will not like certain things about that aspect of your life or that person, okay? Loving does not mean perfection. So, do you like your profile? Not just your job. Your job is profile plus a zillion other things. So, your profile. Is it challenging enough for you? Does it give you a sense of satisfaction? Does it make you feel that you are using your day well? And this is the path that you would like to walk forward on for a while. So, if you love your profile or like your profile, that is a green flag. Green flag number 2, do you get along with your manager? And by that, I don't mean that they are sugary sweet to you and that they are only always appreciating you. That also is not healthy. But do you have a manager who is willing to have constructive conversations with you, listens to you, corrects you, guides you, leads you like a leader should? If you have a manager like that, please stop complaining about the few times or even the many times that they may be telling you your faults. Are they really criticizing you? Or are they calling you out on stuff that you should be doing better? Or then, are they guiding you by correcting you appropriately? Do not go overreacting to a boss or a manager telling you that you were wrong. Because if you genuinely did something wrong, then you were wrong, whether you like it or not, and whether you have the stomach to accept it or not. So get off the horse of entitlement and thicken up your skin a little bit. Green flag number 3 is that you get along with your colleagues. No, I don't mean your teammates, but also those that sit around you in your office. The same team doesn't always sit together. You often sit next to people from different teams. Do you get along with the people in your office? Do you have friends at work? And if you don't know what I mean, go listen to the previous episode because friends at work is a little different from just colleagues or peers. Do you have somebody who you can go and have a meal with, go on your coffee breaks with, and laugh with? Not just discuss work and rant and vent and gossip about office or give in to office politics, but actually laugh about things that happen in your life. Show sides of your personality that are not directly tied to work. Green flag number 4, your work actually does not sap you of energy and leaves time in your day for you to do other things. Now, in this one, you've got to think a little bit because a lot of times it's not the fault of your job or your organization, but rather your fault that you don't get out of office on time to do 5,000 other things that you could and should and want to do. You have a belief that says, I must work till X time and I must be seen as X employee and only then I'm good enough. You have built the belief that if you are not in office, your organization will shut down. That's on you. If your office gives you the permission to leave at 6 o'clock, maybe you leave by, say, 7:30. Sure, an hour here or there. But then, do you plan your life after work to do things that give you joy and to focus on your personal life? That's on you. If your workplace, the organization that you are with, is happy about employees taking their benefits, which is following working hours, taking leaves as allotted, half days, work from home, whatever other perks that there may be. If your organization is good with you taking all of these things and they don't complain about it or they don't question you about it, then that's a green flag. Also, your manager questioning you about it or passing comments about it does not mean that your organization has a problem. Maybe your manager has a problem because their beliefs are different. So before you judge the organization, remember to differentiate, okay? Assess. My last green flag would be if your HR is approachable in terms of receiving feedback as well as criticism that is aimed towards them or even your manager, which means that if you feel you are unfairly treated and you have somebody in the HR that you can go to, then this is a big green flag. Because in most organizations, people are scared to go to the HR because word would go to their manager and then their manager is going to make their life an even bigger hell. This is our general belief, but a lot of times this belief is mistaken, misaligned, misinformed, misinterpreted. So if you have somebody in the HR team that you can go to and have a conversation with, if you are able to build that equation with the HR team, then that's a green flag. So if you go back to the beginning of this episode and you listen to all the green flags, you'll realize that it has nothing to do with how much you are getting paid or then what is your designation. It has a lot to do with the environment. What does office feel like? Are you happy to go into work? Sure, we all get lazy and we turn around and say, oh, I have to wake up in the morning to get to office. That's fine. But once you do get to office, do you feel energized? Do you feel excited? Do you feel happy to see people at work, to talk to them, to work together, to do things, to be productive, to achieve things? If your job is not making you feel all of this, then you need to sit down and ask yourself, what exactly are you doing? Now, again, this does not mean that you need to quit your job or change your career or change your field, etc., or even go on a sabbatical or, I don't know, move to the Himalayas. That's not what I'm saying. But it does mean that you need to assess. Assess what are you working for. Maybe the money that you're getting and the role that you have is enough for now. It's giving you the ability to do a bunch of other things in your life, like take care of your family, and also live a good life in many ways. Maybe it allows you to go on holidays. Maybe it allows you to shop. Maybe it allows you to save money to buy that house or even buy it outright. Who knows, right? We all work for different reasons. Is your current job fulfilling those reasons? If it isn't, and none of the green flags that I've mentioned are there, then you need to sit down and assess what exactly are you doing? Because 10 hours a day, Monday to Saturday, because a lot of our offices are 6 days and not 5 days, right? And even if I count 5 days, you're probably working 14 hours and 16 hours. So 10 hours into 6 days, 60 hours of your life you are spending being unhappy. That's a lot of time being wasted, being misused. The price you are paying to supposedly live the life of your dreams, man, that's expensive. And if you don't understand what I mean by the price you are paying, go back to the episode that's called Price to Pay. I think it came out just a couple of weeks ago or maybe even last week. And where can you listen to these episodes? On the IVM Podcast app and website. Well, I'm out of here. But if you want help in figuring out whether you are happy in your job or how to be happy in your job, how to make sure those 10 hours that you spend in office every day are not filled with stress and resentment or feeling disgruntled or feeling dejected in life, then DM me on Instagram to book a session. My handle is Positivity Angel.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On The Habit Coach, Ashton talks to the founder of Radiance Clinic, Dr. Falguni Shah. She shares 3 must-do things for healthy and glowing skin. On The Longest Constitution, Priya delves into the state-wise regulation of trade, sale, and consumption of alcohol. On Tere Mere Raste, Keshav describes the serene 100-kilometer journey between Leh and the Lamayaru Monastery. On Smarter with Sid, Siddharth shares 3 lessons we can learn from Hajime Isayama, the creator of the super hit anime show Attack on Titans. And on All Things Policy, the Takshashila folk observe humanitarian corridors and their existence in times of war, both in the current and historical contexts. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Also, don't forget to rate us on any of the platforms you might be listening to us on. And do check us out on YouTube. We're building a whole bunch of different channels. You can find them on ivmpodcast.com/YouTube. And we're also doing a small listener survey, which we would really appreciate your help with. It helps us kind of talk to advertisers. So you could go to ivmpodcast.com/survey. It'll just take a couple of minutes and it would be really helpful to us. We do appreciate this. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, SBI Life Insurance and the India Water Portal. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Are you looking for finance products and services that can enhance your personal finance experience? Are you looking for a space to talk about your financial product or service? And are you looking for a crisp talk show where the conversation is all about money? Well, your search ends here. Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta and I'm host of the Paisa Vaisa podcast, and I invite you for the conversation about your personal finance on each Monday on the IVM Podcast app or the website or on any podcast streaming platforms. See you folks.